You are tuned into the 5-minute signal. I am Vance Kross. This is not a broadcast. This is a frequency, a direct transmission from the bleeding edge of tomorrow, delivered to you today. We cut through the noise, the narratives, and the manufactured hope to bring you the unvarnished truth. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get to work. The headlines are buzzing with technical specs, but you need to look past the flops and the memory bandwidth. Nvidia has just pulled the curtain back on the Vera Rubin platform. This isn't just another chip upgrade. It is the formal declaration that the training era is over. For the last 3 years, the world has been obsessed with building the biggest, baddest models. The H100s and the Blackwells were the construction equipment.
But Rubin is the factory floor. We are moving into the inference economy.
Jensen Huang isn't just selling hardware anymore. He's selling the commodification of thought. The goal of the Rubin architecture is to drive the cost of generating a token, a snippet of AI-generated reasoning, down to virtually zero. We are witnessing the birth of a utility-scale intelligence, where smart is as cheap and as ubiquitous as a flick of a light switch. Why does this matter to you? Because for your entire professional life, you have been sold the lie that your expertise was your moat. You spent years in school, decades in the field, and thousands of hours honing your ability to analyze, synthesize, and decide. You were the premium product. But in a world dominated by the Rubin platform, your cognitive output is being benchmarked against a sub-penny Cortex. When the cost of 1 million tokens of high-level reasoning drops below the price of a single human breath, the economic math for your employment stops making sense. This isn't about AI being better than you in a creative sense. It's about AI being good enough at a price point you can never ever compete with. The inference pivot means that intelligence is no longer a human trait. It is a liquid commodity. Here is the hard truth they won't tell you in the boardroom. Corporations do not care about your unique human perspective or your years of dedicated service. They care about the margin. In the training era, you were safe because the models were expensive to run and prone to hallucination. You were the quality control. But as the inference costs collapse and the precision of these platforms scales, you become an unjustifiable expense. You have physical needs. You need health insurance. You need sleep. You need a living wage. And you have the audacity to have a bad Tuesday. A rack of Rubin-powered servers doesn't. It processes 1 trillion thoughts a second for the price of a cup of coffee. Your expertise isn't an asset anymore. It is a friction point in the system. The machine isn't coming for the low-skilled jobs first. It is coming for the expensive, cognitive middle class that thought they were too smart to be replaced. You need to move, and you need to move now. Here are your 3 tactical steps to maintain the human edge in a sub-penny economy. 1. Audit your output for token equivalence. Look at every task you perform during the day. If that task can be summarized as ingesting data, applying a rule, and producing a recommendation, you are officially a token. You are directly in the crosshairs of the inference pivot. Identify those tasks and automate them yourself before the company does it for you. Use that reclaimed time to find the work the machine can't touch. 2. Pivot to the physical and the hypercontextual. The Rubin platform is a master of the digital world, but it struggles with the messy physical reality of the last mile. Focus your energy on high-stakes, real-world execution where correct enough isn't an option. If your work doesn't involve a physical consequence or a complex, unmodeled human relationship, you are high risk. Become the person who bridges the gap between the synthetic insight and the physical reality. 3. Own the accountability chain. The cheaper intelligence becomes, the more common it will be. But intelligence is not the same as responsibility. In a world of sub-penny thought, the person who stands behind the decision, the person who takes the heat when the model fails, is the only one who still holds value. Do not hide behind the AI's suggestions. Be the one who signs the document, the one who carries the risk, and the one who provides the human yes or no. The machine provides the data, you provide the soul and the consequence. The market doesn't want your genius, it wants your efficiency, and right now, the machine is winning that race. If you want to survive, stop trying to be the smartest person in the room and start being the most accountable human in the building. I'm Vance Kross. This has been the 5-minute signal. Stay sharp.